name is Lauren Nicely.
And what do you do?
I am a full-time professional makeup artist.
How did you come up with the name for your brand?
So when I was getting started, I took a poll and I asked my friends to help me come up with a name for my brand. I wanted it to play on my last name, which is Nicely. Yes, that is my real last name. So my friends came up with Nicely Faces, which was my first brand or my first business name. But as of recent, I changed my name to Lauren Nicely Makeup Artistry, which is just my name. I feel as though it sounds a little bit more mature. And it's really important when you're determining a name for your brand that is something that can last a long time. And so I felt like the safest way was just to use my name. And yeah, so it is now Lauren Nicely Makeup Artistry.
All right. And what made you want to start your brand?
I started my brand because my prom artist did not show up. So it was the day of my prom. I was waiting on my bed for her to come and she never came. So after that, it was my first time having a weave installed into my hair, and I got my nails done. You know, I just felt really beautiful. I ended up doing my own makeup. Thank God my mom is close to my foundation shade. So I was able to put on her makeup and, you know, just wear a full coverage foundation for like the first time. And I had my weave in, you know, when you get a weave, your face just snatches back. So my face was just like popping. And I was like, yo, like, I need to figure out how to do this. Like, how can I make myself look like this, like, every day? Like, this is everything. And then in addition to that, I said, once it became a passion for me, I said, I don't want a girl to ever experience what I experienced, just waiting for your makeup artist to show up and they don't show up. So I started to practice, and yeah, that is the main reason why I got started. My artist didn't come, and it just forced me to do my makeup, and I was like, yo, I really like this. I like makeup. I like the transformation process. I like how it made me feel. And in addition to that, I didn't want another girl to ever experience that in her life. So that's why, or that's how I got started with my business.
Is there anyone that inspires you?
Yeah, a lot of people inspire me. Jackie Ina is one of them. I remember when she got started on YouTube, she was Little Miss Pumpkin or Little Pumpkin 05 or something like that. She was in the military in Hawaii, I think. So yeah, she definitely inspires me. A lot of makeup artists, some are overseas and I don't know their names, but I follow them on IG. Rennie Vasquez, he inspires me. Who else inspires me? So many makeup artists that I can't even name inspire me, but yeah. Okay, so eyebrows are done. Nice and soft. You still look like yourself.
Wonderful.
Is that what you pride yourself on? Like making people look natural as possible?
Yes.
Glam?
I pride myself on enhancement. So I just want to enhance what's there. I don't want to totally change and reshape your face. You know, the goal is just to enhance what you already have, what's there already.
Is that also your signature or what people know you for?
I would believe that I'm known for my skin. People know me from my skin. People know me from my eyebrows as well and my bridal looks. But most time I hear people say, I can tell that's Lil Nicely's work based off her skin and her eyebrows.
Is your favorite client doing bridal work?
Yes, I love working with brides. I love just the whole process of from the time they book until the time that I see them down the aisle. Just getting to hear their story. I think every girl at one point in her life dreams of getting married. So just, you know, watching that girl's or that woman's dream come true and being a part of that. And out of all the makeup artists she could have picked in the entire world, you know, she chose me. So I love working with brides. I love it.
What do you do when you feel uninspired?
What do I do when I feel uninspired? So when I feel uninspired, I try to figure out what it is that is causing me to feel uninspired. And once I pinpoint what that thing is, I kind of like center myself. I'm a person of faith. So I'm always praying, I'm asking God, you know, to show me what's next, or, you know, give me some peace about the way I feel. What I also make sure I do on social media is I make sure that I'm following people who are going to inspire me. So if you're not going to inspire me, I want to make sure that you're not on my timeline.
Yeah.
So I like to follow inspirational pages. I like to follow makeup artists who are doing things, and that gives me a boost. That inspires me to, you know, pick back up where I left off at. So those are two main things. I pray. I ask God to, you know, get me out of, you know, remove this feeling, or show me why I feel this way. Give me some peace about what I feel. Show me what I need to do next. Give me ideas. And then I make sure that I'm surrounded by people who are going to keep me inspired. And I also talk to my friends too, because they uplift me and inspire me when I feel low, or I don't know, you know, what to do next, or if I have feelings of inadequacy, they speak to me too. So that's what I do when I need to be inspired or I need a boost. Yeah.
Okay. What do you do after a long day to unwind?
After a long day to unwind, I like to either watch Netflix or binge watch on YouTube, catch a happy hour with my friends. That's about it. Yeah, I like to binge watch TV shows if I miss out, or YouTube videos. Or I just kind of work on either my blog, something that's not pertaining to makeup. I work on my blog, or research my next venture. Yeah, that's how I unwind after a long day.
Okay.
Has building your brand challenged your faith?
Yes. Building my brand has definitely challenged my faith, because I go to church on Saturdays, and the bulk of my clients are on the weekend, and because I love bridal, most brides get married on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I have to refer out at least 75% of the bridal inquiries that I get.
Wow.
So that is thousands and thousands of dollars that I have referred out since I've started doing this in 2014 full time.
Wow.
So yes, it has been challenging, because sometimes it could be financially just straining. But you know, God provides and He makes ways. But that definitely has wavered my faith sometimes, because I felt like, you know, I'm just going to take clients. I'm just going to. But then again, I'm like, ugh. But I love church. And I serve at my church. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I believe that God will, you know, He'll create other doors for me and other opportunities and other ways for me to make, you know, other streams of income. So I'm just trusting the process and remaining faithful, and yeah, we'll see what God will do. Outside of church, I have a relationship with God, like outside of that. So, you know, I'll spend quiet time. Stephen Furtick, I go to Elevation. That's my second church. Transformation. Transformation is my third church. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're here. Okay, so I just, you know, unplug and I get my journal and I watch my YouTube. I catch up or I listen to their podcast or whatnot, and that's kind of like, you know, how I recalibrate if I miss, you know, church.
That's cool. What are 2 places that you like to travel to, like on your bucket list?
I would like to travel to Thailand. I really want to go to Phuket. Where else would I like to go? I would like to go to Amsterdam. I would like to go to Amsterdam as well.
What is your favorite lash style from VLL?
My favorite lash style from VLL is Luxe. I love this. It's like wispy, but not too much.
Do you have any advice for someone who's starting a business?
Advice for someone starting a business, I would say, 1, it's important to know your niche. 2, it's important to know your audience. So it's important to know the people who you want to reach. And 3, in this day and age, I would say use social media to your advantage. It is your best friend. It is a great way to market. So start off with maybe one social media platform and then figure out what other platforms work best for you. So maybe you want to start off on Instagram. After you start to build your following on Instagram, maybe you figure out that you could start to get some demographics about your clients and people interested in your brand. And then maybe you can figure out, okay, well, I noticed that a lot of my customers use Pinterest. So you start to build your Pinterest following or your Pinterest page. And then from there you can say, okay, let me start my Facebook page, and then take it from there and expand to other social media sites. So definitely use social media to your advantage. It's free, unless you do a paid ad, but it's free. Yeah, and it's a great way to market yourself and to, find clients and customers.
One thing on your bucket list you've crossed off.
One thing on my bucket list I crossed off, I would say it has to do with travel, and that would be me going to Cuba. I went to Cuba summer 2017 and had a blast.
Would you like to collaborate with any major brands?
I would love to collaborate with a major brand. Some specifically, I would love to work with Becca. I would love to work with Morph or Morphe. I would love to work with Danessa Myricks, like collaborate with her. She's a black makeup artist who has a whole line of makeup, who does an amazing job. She's so phenomenal in her craft. I would love to collaborate with CoverGirl. So those are just a few of the brands who I would love to work with, via a campaign or pushing their products. However, partnering with them, I would love to collaborate with those brands.
What's your favorite song out right now?
My favorite song out right now would be Killing 'Em by Burna Boy. That's like my favorite song, or On the Low by Burna Boy. I went to Africa, and Afro beats, I love Afro beats, and they hit different when you're actually in Africa. So I'm still on that Afro beat wave, and so I'm very much so enjoying Burna Boy right now.
Would you expand your brand beyond makeup?
I would. It is a dream one day to potentially own a product. I personally would love to get into skincare and waxing. So it's always been a dream of mine to go to esthetician school. I do eyebrows on my clients, but I would love to get into waxing and learning how to do, arms and Brazilian waxes and all that good stuff. And just get into skincare. So I'll be able to offer that service to my client as well. I would also like to get into the educational side, or more into the educational side, because I do teach now. But I would love to train other makeup artists, beginners, just how to establish their business. Because when I started, I didn't have that. I didn't have somebody to show me the ropes when I got started. Make sure people learn from my mistakes. And in addition to showing them the business side, I could also show them the artistry side to it. So those are some of my goals and how I would expand my business beyond just applying makeup on my clients.
Yeah, I think
That's scary.
the other like Q&A that I had did, like I was asked like what keeps you going as an entrepreneur or whatever, and I remember saying like you have to be your own supervisor, manager, and stay on top of yourself to complete tasks. Like there's no one lording over you or micromanaging you to get something done.
And
versus when you're doing a 9 to 5.
Don't be in services where you have to, you know, like you, the lashes are, if you're the one who has to package it, if you're the one who has to ship it, if you're the one who has to, you gotta go take clients, you gotta travel and then do all of that, do the admin work too. It's a lot. It is a lot. So you do have to stay on top of it. I tell people all the time, make sure you stay on top of your receipts. Make sure that you're doing your books at the end of every month. Like, make sure you stay organized. Like, y'all run these businesses, y'all use y'all PayPal. You think Uncle Sam, he will find you and he will come after you.
Nobody tells you
Bring
that.
that down,
I don't think a lot of people talk about the downside
of
Yeah.
Which is why you can't cheat yourself as the owner.
Right.
Like you have to make sure, regardless if, like for example, if you're purchasing lashes, sometimes depending on the manufacturer, they'll say, "Oh, a lash from them is $1."
Mm-hmm.
But consider the fact that more than likely, tons of manufacturers are going to ship it through DHS.
Mm-hmm.
DHS is expensive, so your $1 lash goes up to you end up spending $550.
Mm-hmm.
Because this includes them packaging it. This includes it getting to you overnight because they're not going to use any other shipping company. And you have to pay that $550, so that $550. So when it comes to you and you say, okay, I'm going to price my lash at $25, that $25 is you getting back enough money to start all over, start the process all over again and not feel like you're at a loss. And I believe from the first 5 years of you starting a business, you're going to feel like you're at a loss all the time. That's why people do startups and they start, they stop. They start, they stop because the consistency, if I'm investing in a business with this amount of money and I have yet to see a return, what's the point? But then think about it. You work a 9 to 5. Your money's still going to get taxed from that 9 to 5. And you're going to be living from hand to mouth versus having that income from your business. Everything is a sacrifice.
I'm like, some days I'm like, yo, I wish I had the 9 to 5 first. Like, I wish I had it first to kind of like, just give me like some type of starting point, like instability.
It alleviates.
Yeah,
it alleviates a lot.
How often do you clean your brushes and stuff?
after every use.
Oh, okay.
Not my personal
Lord have
brushes.
mercy.
Don't ask about that, but my client brushes after every use. My personal brushes, ooh, I'm not gonna lie to you. There have been times I haven't washed my personal brushes in like 4 months.
No, that be me.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
And I like when my brushes are
Dirty. I feel like they work better.
I like when they're
why.
dirty. So if my face started breaking out, then I'm like, all right, it's time for me to wash
Yeah,
my
that's why I'm
brushes.
like, oh, no, my brush needs to clean. It's dirty.
I do wash my beauty blender, but
Yeah, that I understand because it absorbs it all in too much.
my brushes, I'm like,
Are your parents your biggest supporters when it comes to makeup?
Are my parents my biggest supporters? My parents definitely support me. They definitely helped me a lot, especially in the beginning. What I mean by that, before I had this space, out of my parents' home.
Oh.
So my dad allowed me to set up shop, essentially, right in his family room. And that's where I started. That's where I took my clients. Until the traffic just became so overbearing, and I was like, yo, I don't even feel really safe. Like, let me start taking them at a, designated location. And that's when I invested and got a studio space. But I would definitely say they supported me in that way because they weren't charging me for rent, I didn't have to pay for using their water to wash my brushes and stuff like that. So I would definitely say that they supported me. Having Caribbean parents, my parents are from Jamaica. When I started this, this was not a job. This is not a job. You need to go find a job. Okay? So it was very hard, but I had to show them, you know, that I know what I'm doing. I have a following. People like me. People book me. I have something to offer. I promise you that, you know, I won't disappoint you. And to this day, I don't have to ask my parents for anything.
Do they understand like the social media world and how the following?
Yeah, so I showed my dad. I'm like, Dad, I have over 100,000 followers on Instagram. He's kind of like, what? And I showed him, and he was like, whoa, what? Like, wow. This is you need to tell them about the Lord. They need to come to church. And now you want to use my following as promotion for church. But, yeah, like, he got it and was like, yo, this is crazy. Even recently, I went to Africa, and I was leaving a restaurant. And my friend's brother was like, come here, Lo, I gotta show you something. And I was like, okay, what? And when we left the restaurant, I looked across the street and my face was there, like on a company's billboard. They just took my picture off the internet and, was using it as promotion. So I showed it to my dad and he was like, wait, what? Like, you went all the way to Africa to see us? I'm like, yep. So, yeah, they support me. They've come around to supporting me. It wasn't easy at first.
Yeah.
But they definitely support me. This skin is looking like
Butter.
Yeah.
So where you going after this?
Do you send out choices to your brides, like of a makeup look, or do they send you what they want?
I asked them. It's 50-50. So some of them know what they want and very picky in particular. And then the other half don't know anything. Just like, do your thing. I trust you. Do whatever you want. Yeah.
What's your worst customer experience?
One that I always remember that comes to my head first when people ask me that. This one lady, she was a mother of the groom. She had kidney cancer or something like that. And because of the cancer, it caused her body to change colors. So her body was my skin tone, like the regular brown skin tone, but her face was black. Like the treatment, whatever she was going through, caused her skin to get black. I don't know, whatever the treatment or the medicine, it just causes the skin to turn.
Wow, 2017 was just a year.
It was a year.
Because that's the year my grandfather died of cancer.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it was, 2017 was a year. But,
My grandpa passed right after that.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, I asked her before I did her makeup. I said, would you like me to match you to your body? Or would you like to keep the same color as your face is, your current skin tone? She was like, oh, you can, keep my face the same color. I said, okay. That's no problem. So I do her makeup. I keep it very light. I like to keep it light for mothers of the bride, unless they're just kind of like, girl, beat my face. Because that's how some mothers are. They think it's their wedding. Like, do it up. So yeah, I did her makeup. And at the end, I showed it to her. I thought it looked good. She was like, ew, take it off. I hate it. Like after I just spent 45 minutes doing your makeup, she was like, no, take it off. I don't like it. I don't look like myself. And I was just over it. Like, I was so mad. I felt so defeated.
So you had to do another makeup look after?
Nope. She didn't wear nothing.
Wow.
So you just took it off?
Mm-hmm. That was that.
Okay.
So that's one that I never forget. Like, I never forget that. That experience.
Did it make you feel bad as an artist?
It did. It made me feel like I failed her. You know? It made me feel like I failed her. And the bride had told me, like, Lo, it's not you. Trust me. Like, she's going through treatments. I didn't know. She's like, she's going through treatment. She has kidney cancer. So,
And probably, like, all the emotions and everything.
Right.
I'm used to seeing her stuff like this.
So I was just like, everybody loves my makeup. Like, So, yeah, but, yeah, that was one that I've never forgot that.
I think that's one thing you learn is don't take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take, if somebody says that they don't like your product or they don't like your service, it's like, you know that you put your all into it. So, alright.
What is your favorite food?
Jollof.
No! No! Dang, what is my favorite food?
You got a favorite restaurant?
Oh, yeah. So my favorite food is, I would say my favorite food, I'm Caribbean, so I love oxtails. a good oxtail, rice and peas with some plantain, a nice salad, and a good piece of pear, avocado. A good piece of pear. That is like, that's the first meal I had when I came home from Africa. I said, Mommy, can you please make me some oxtails and rice and peas? And she made it for me.
Yes,
So, yeah.
Flo's mom is amazing. Yeah.
How do you feel about highlighter?
I love highlighter. I want to create one.
Okay. I know it's like, and the reason why I ask because some makeup artists are like,
Some people go OD.
Yeah, but then some of them, like, I've heard, like, in, like, their top videos that they say they don't like highlighter or they prefer, like, very light and not heavy.
Yeah, I like a light application
Beaming.
of highlighter.
Hey beauties, just wanted to end this video by saying thank you for checking out our Luxe chat with the beautiful Lauren of Lauren Nicely Makeup Artistry. Be sure to add her on Instagram at @LowNicely, and don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video. Feel free to tag your favorite makeup artist to be featured in our next Luxe chat. Love you all, and I'll see you in our next video.